Alright, what is going on, guys? I am back with the Sunderland Football Manager 2021 Road to Glory series. You would know I went away over New Year. It was a nice little break for me, and now we're back. We're going to be seeing a lot of episodes and progressing with this Sunderland career. So, played a few more games to round up October, and it wasn't the best form, was it? A lot of close games, though. You see Birmingham, Derby. Let's take a look at some of the results here. West Brom, 2-0 after a loss against Cardiff. You know about that one. We just couldn't compete with them. I still got Carl and Grant. Now, West Brom, they're a decent side to us in comparison. Carl and Grant, I say he's close to Premier League quality. If not, I'm just saying he is Premier League quality. He's not a bad striker. But then we got a win against Watford. It was really good. Aidan O'Brien was able to score there. Really happy with the work. And again, didn't mean to click on the Peterborough result, but we got a 2-0 there. Just strong performance for us. Scott Fraser and Sam Greenwood scoring before the break, and we were able to hold on since then. And Birmingham and Derby, the next two games are really tough, really tight. Scott Hogan, you know I concede goals in the 94th minute. You know I concede goals where in the injury time at the end of the game, it's nothing new. So it's understandable that happened against me. always. And Derby County were just too good for us. Nelson scored on 45th minute, but yeah, they scored a couple early goals and we found it hard to come back. So it's a bit of a tricky position we're in, but we're newly promoted. And we're still sitting in second. We've won 10 games, lost 5. I would like in some of those losses, especially with a 1-goal difference, would have been nice if we could have got a draw out of those, but we're still in a magnificent position. A lot of games left for the season, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see how it plays out. Getting promotion to the Premier League is always hard, let alone after you've got a promotion in the previous season from League One. So, Johnny Brennan is we've got a few of the lads for the future. He was one that wasn't from the intake. As you know, he's moved clubs a few times already. He's definitely been noticed in the world of football. I wonder if another team, a bigger Premier League team, will come calling and it will continue kind of in that way. So yeah, that's interesting to me. We're just going to continue because Huddersfield away from home, again on a fitting occasion for a match, I would say. On camera. 4th Huddersfield. This is not going to be an easy game, and I'm grateful we have an international break after this one. We're going to need it, I'd say. We're going to need this one. Marwin Hits, he's been very, very good. I'm pretty happy with his signing. Yeah, we got him on loan. I think we did need that goalkeeper. We did eventually bring him in, and yeah, he's been really good. He's a 4-star keeper. I reckon you could get him in as a Premier League, for a team in the Premier League. He's great experience. Luke 09, you had to rotate. We have to rotate. Actually, McLaughlin, we haven't used him a lot this season. We're at that point. It always happens for me, even though Nelson and Wisdom don't seem to have a good connection at the moment. So I'm not sure about that, as I think there are best players in the respective positions. So sometimes you have to work that out. What I was going to say, it generally does happen when you're in a league after a promotion, because you need to improve your squad, make a lot of signings, and you don't want to sell too many of your old players, because they did a good job last season. So it's where we're at, and probably, especially if we get promoted to the Premier League, I reckon we'll have a big clean sweep. But regardless, if we don't get promoted, there'll still be quite a few players we want to get rid of and build the team for a promotion in the following season, hopefully. So, you can only make so many rotations. McLean was one who got injured as well a couple of weeks ago in the game now, so he will be missing for about a month or so of football. So that's a lot. But Fraser, he's only on loan. He's only on loan as well. So Fraser, he's a contracted player, so we prefer to be starting him anyway. So we're going to go in like this, I think. Overall, I think the squad's looking really good. I like Bailey Wright and Armini partnering each other, but as good as we've been, we haven't got many average ratings above 7 for the whole season. That's something to be worried about. That's what we said with Hits. But I feel we have been playing as a team. Which is important. Let's just see how we're going to go in this game. We haven't been playing the best of late, so that's part of it as well. The last month of games haven't been that great. So let's see how we go. The championship is always tough. Let's end the run of poor form, and we'll just try and have faith in all the players, or that's what we'll tell them. And that generally, majority of players seem motivated off of that. So let's get right into this here. Let's get right into it. Does anyone know about this? When this pops up, and I can't click do it. It says it, but it's not clickable. I don't know about that. I don't know why that even comes up then. If you can't click it. It's kind of a bit redundant. So, alright. So that's the table, what it's looking like right now. Before we can say a shout, we got to be careful from this corner. Win the header. We do really well, but it's going to come back. It's Harrop. Gets it to Schneidler. Something like that. Didn't see all of his name. Schindler or something like that. It's an interesting name. Anyway, Lawrence. It's another corner just with a different camera. Wright clears. Bailey Wright, the Australian centre half, does his job. Jared Bowen scoring there for West Ham. Nelson is looking very tired early. Kitolano, who's on a yellow. I reckon we'll just see what happens here. Armini. Yes, again, we'll just tell him to ease off the tackles on that yellow. Here's Fotheringham. Sheffield United score a second there against Preston. Come on. Fraser. Good ball to Greenwood. Greenwood was one of those shots. Was always going at the keeper, and which it really disappoints the manager. Myself. Yeah, I reckon we'll look at Nelson soon. Oh, what a ball, though! Nicolo Armini, he couldn't miss it. He's already got 4. He could be on his way for 10 for the season on this rate. Alright. Gomez, what a signing. That's a perfect corner, mate. That's why you spend the money. We got him on a free transfer. But I suppose give him a contract, so he made sure he chose us. But what a ball that was. Nicolo Armini could not miss that. But he had to be in a good position initially, which he was. But come on. Come on. Yeah, now the ratings are looking good. And we've got our lead in a huge match. It's a huge match. Yes, 1-0 at half. I'm kind of celebrating like we won the match. But, like, we've got still a lot more to do. So I'm going to point the finger and say don't get complacent out there. And, yeah, the lads are in the same mindset that we've got the lead, but we can't be celebrating yet. We can't be celebrating yet like I was a couple seconds ago. We still need to make sure... Oh, would love to get another goal, I reckon. Yeah, we've been better today, though. We've had more shots on target, so we've had better chances. Yeah, Nelson, he's hampered by injury, so we need to take him off. Let's bring on Lyndon Gooch, who's been reliable at the start of this save. Oh, yeah, for this save, since the start of this save. So, yeah, he's one of those lads that I know is going to put the work in, and he's going to do a good job. Scott Fraser... A little bit of a poor game. If you think about Fraser, let's bring on Max Power, who's... Yeah, he's one of the faves. Actually, if you switch around, no Max Power... yeah, I do like him as a box-to-box midfielder. Same rating, but... And Dobson is deep lying. I just prefer them both in those roles, even more so. But they can both play a few, which is important. Very, very important. Don't forget, we're playing on the cautious, like the countering style. Later in the game, we're going to look to switch this up. Positively, just to retain possession, just playing a better style and a mentality to suit that. Work the ball into the box, play defense, and be more disciplined. So just to play that way, play that football. And in terms of our possession, let's just sit a little lower as well, sit a little deeper. Yeah. And how many yellow cards? We're going to get stuck in. Get stuck in late in the game. Yeah, we don't have too many cards, so I think that should be alright. And let's just praise. It's one of those games. This is what I've had to do of recent times. There's been very close games, as you've seen. Aidan O'Brien to come off. We don't really... Well, Carlton Morris, you know what we're going to do here. We're just going to go over to the tactics screen, push Morris up, just to get him in a better role for himself there as an inverted winger on support. Yeah. Because, yeah, that suits him more. Suits him more than a left midfielder. Not that we're trying to go more attacking, at least. Just about fitting him into the formation. Alright, we look to be whole. Exactly. We got a corner. Gomez might set up another. Oh, this is the last thing we... Why? Why are they for... Oh, no. Don't let the just set piece set up to concede a goal. No. Yes. O'Brien for them. He stuffed it up. We could have been in trouble there. I'm not going to lie. We were definitely outnumbered. Probably tactically for themselves. I was worrying for a second. I'm like, oh no, our set piece setup is going to cost us. But no, saves ourselves in the end. But maybe it's a warning. Of course, they were pushing more players forward than they would have had done normally, I'd say. They had about 4 forward when they got the ball. Yeah, when they got the ball forward, they had about 4 players there. So we snuck a 1-0, keeping a clean sheet away from home against a team like Huddersfield in the playoff spots. That is not a bad performance and result at all, as that puts us at the top of the table. But look how tight it is. Actually, 3 teams on 33 points. Really close. But what we want to start to do is have some breathing space, a break between at least teams that are outside of the playoffs. A minimum is playoffs, and that's my expectation. The board just, avoid relegation. So, I have my own expectations. I'd love to get to the Premier League as soon as we can, to be honest. That's only going to be a good thing money-wise. As we touched on right there, the end of current season, the board just wants avoid a relegation. And considering we failed early in the Carabao Cup, which, it's whatever to me, and most of the time in saves, when you're in the Premier League, definitely, the board doesn't generally care about a cup run. Maybe a FA Cup run, but AFL Cup is not really that important. So, yeah, it's interesting. But this is a controversial, I don't know if it's controversial, it's obviously in the game for a reason. I don't think the board, it's controversial opinion time. I don't think the board should see it as a disappointment if we're not playing a certain way. If we're getting, especially after gaining promotion, would a club be expected to play attacking football after promotion? Line these things two up right here. If you're avoiding relegation in terms of what the board expect from you, why would they be also expecting you to play attacking football? You know what I mean? That's my opinion. What do you guys think? When your board wants you to avoid relegation, but want you to play attacking football at the same time. To me, those things don't add up. And Nelson's injury there, 1 to 3 days. We wanted to sub him a little early, not play the full game, in case he, made it even worse for himself. And he should be able to play next game because there is an international break. 14 days away. Just make sure he's right. Kitolano, the pay increase. He was a nice signing for us. Could he be Premier League quality? We don't know. Maybe not. When you get Premier League, you got to increase the quality of your squad, that is for sure. But I like John. He's solid. He puts in good work. He hasn't got crazy ratings or anything. But if you see, he generally puts in the work. He makes some tackles, does his job. He doesn't do anything amazing. He plays key passes, which is very important, for creating attacks. And I don't think he always gets rewarded the same way. I guess in that game he had 4 and he got a 7.4 rating. But in this game he got 3, only 1 less, and a 6.6. So he still makes some challenges and all that. He's a very important player. So guys, signing Sergio Gomez on a free, he's a 4.5 million value. And I'd probably say if he was signed by a bigger club, say in the Premier League or something, his value would be a bit higher. I'd say Sergio Gomez, by default, but that might, ties into the league you play in, the wage he's on. I've definitely seen him on a higher value than that. No, that's not what you want. Sam Greenwood has picked up pulled ankle ligaments. 10 to 13 days with 9 he's probably going to have to be left out for Reading. That's tough. Oof, part of the season though. But here we are now for the next game after that international break against Reading. Reading are in 15th. So it still is away from home, but I'm expecting a strong performance today. A team that is top of the league. I think we want to, show that in a game like this. Doesn't matter, we're playing away from home. So it does concern me. We touched it before. How much is it impacting results if Nelson and Wisdom are playing well together? If we're still, getting results. I'm going to leave them for now because, I still think they're the best players in their respective positions, even though we have other options. That is 100% true for me. And Greenwood, he's 2 days away. We're not going to risk him. We know Joe. To me, I have faith in him. I know he can score. So we're going to bring in another midfielder, actually. Josh Scowen, especially, we don't have... Chris Maguire, just thinking about it. Then Morris will be the striker where he comes on. He's wanting to start a little bit more. We promised him. We have done with a few players in terms of that. Will we? We'll just have to see with the games coming up. Definitely to keep them happy, or they'll be wanting to leave. So I think we will have to feed into that, or yeah, they might be leaving in January, that kind of situation. So, yeah, we'll be going in like this, and we've played this season on a cautious style. We're top of the league, not playing like the board apparently wants, we touched on that. You're playing attacking for a newly promoted team. We've got this in a cautious tactic, in like a countering mentality. I think that's quite good to be able to do that, thinking about it. Yeah. Interesting. With the 4-4-1-1, lacks tactical familiarity with the formation. Alright, let's get into it. Let's see how we perform in this match. Reading. Reading's, look, they got Benicophobe, John Swift. They got a couple decent attackers. We've got to worry for. Worry or look out for. They could make us worry. I'm going to say I expect to win today. Yeah, that motivates some. Let's get right into it. So, you see Joe back starting game. He hasn't played too many games this season. So, let's see how he performs. See how he performs out there. Let's go. And again, it's another thing we couldn't select. So, Middlesbrough, looks like, yeah, they got a result. They're winning. Oh, good tackle. That was Dobson. Lamato. Why did it have to be one of those? Why did it have to be one of those? Gonzalo, I read it as Galazzo. If you change around the letters a little bit, just about. Oh, no, yeah, Middlesbrough, yeah, they took a lead. Seriously. It had to be one of those. Ask him to do that 100 times. He might get it a handful. Seriously. It had to be one of those. Now, this game turns on its head. It could be one of those tricky ones. I actually don't mind their formation. I like one of those. Like a narrow 4-2-3-1. And we've showed absolutely nothing today. Nothing. We're going to go. I'm not going to waste time, actually. Where are we? For the 4-2-4. We're going to roll with that. And Sergio Gomez, we're going to switch around. It's probably going to lead us to make a sub. But Aiden O'Brien he could be put there. And that's not too bad. That's not too bad, that look. And we'll see how we go. It switches things up, though. But we were clearly not looking good enough. We were not looking good enough in this game. I'm going to thrash arms. Throwing the water bottle, it's only going to make some players upset. So far from please at least motivates them. And not just them, but every single player. Every single player. Alright, come on. We've got to turn this around. If we don't get an early goal, it's going to be one of these. And it might be even hard to sneak a draw. But going in is our expectations to win it. God, come on. Tackle him. It's one of these. I can feel it, though. Tackle. Good tackle, Kitolano. Come on. Gomez, please somehow make this. Come on. Make this highlight for us. It could be now. Yes, this is the main part of it. O'Brien, Nelson. Let's go, Nelson. Who's a big signing on loan this season. Needs to show why. Fraser. Nelson. Come on. Finds Joe! No! How close was that? How close was that? You know, he belted in the goals last season. And unfortunately here, he went super close. He went super close for us. We need to score from this highlight. I don't want it to be drifting in a position where, just want to sneak an equaliser. We saw that this is the type of game we need to be winning if we want that automatic promotion. Gomez. Find the goal. Oh, don't wait. You want to get subbed, mate? You want to get subbed? Oh, it's Sergio Gomez, one of our better players. That's the positive thing. He's better centrally. Change positions. And maybe Fraser for max power. Yeah, we maybe just need to change up a few roles and players for a second. Yeah. And Dobson goes off. Then we bring on Carlton Morris. Switch with O'Brien. How does those... Yeah, they look to be in better ratings there. 3-star now from 2.5. Oh, come on, boys. I say we need to win it. We're fighting for a draw, but that's exactly the kind of battle we didn't want to go into. Wanted to be winning this one, but it's going to be looking hard for that now. Kitolano, straight to the opposition. It's not looking good. Regardless of the opposition, when it's away, man, you just feel that the game is harder. Especially now, hits. Good save Good save it was. It's just, yeah, it's a harder game. You can feel it much harder than I was initially hoping for this one to be. Come on. Okay, we got to get a goal before. Definitely 80th minute if we want to win. From here would be alright. We'll have time. Power, just don't waste it. Might even be for them and game over. What are you doing? How are you letting him just run through like that? It's looking so unlikely we can win this now. We got one more sub left. Maguire. O'Brien hasn't done a lot. Bring on Maguire. Not looking very likely. Maguire's role. Let's just go for it now. It's that time you go for the game. Long kicks over the defense. But a lot of the time, majority of the times, it actually doesn't lead to the success you want. I'm hoping it does for us. Maybe try and play through the middle. Something different. Just try and switch something to what we need. Come on. Come on. A goal with those changes. Imagine. Lamato. But, you know, some games you just... Oh, my gosh. Are we lucky to still be 1-0? They've had some decent chances. Come on, what are we going to say? Demand more? Oh, he's open as something. Oh. We're fighting. We're fighting to get an equaliser in this game. Come on. Can we click the way we need to? Click. Morris, score, you fra. That's a new description that I'm rolling with. He's a fra. Take the chance, man, and we equalise. That's where it comes down to individual quality. I think we set up the right way to get into a position to score. And he's just not good enough. Okay, let's go very attacking. If you don't have the quality out there, maybe shoot on sight, play for set pieces. You create the opportunity, but your man doesn't finish it. And that's why you're not starting regularly. It's obvious. Another one where we get an L. But that's been our form lately. And that's why you're not playing regularly, mate. Don't come to me complaining when you don't take the chance when we need you to. That's not going to make me start you more. And then we drop down where we could have held top if we won this game. And I told you it should have been a game for top of the league. A team that's top of the league. But no, we didn't play that way. We're a team that's near the top, but we're not playing like a top team. We're grinding results. So, which I feel like I'm decent at doing. If you see our win, look at the amount of L's in there, and that was a fair amount, played off camera as well. So, yeah, it's not going that well. It's not having that same start. We started, so well. But a lot of our results, we were grinding. We were really grinding, and now it's going the other way. These results are going the other way. Your players are not finishing. When you got your best striker not starting because he got an injury, it's all part of it, Sam Greenwood. So, anyway, and our goalkeeper's been our best player. That's what I mean. He's helped us get results, Marwin, but you can only rely on your goalkeeper for so long. I think, personally, we'll be lucky if we finish in a playoff spot because we're a newly promoted side. We were setting up this season not to get promoted. I know that sounds weird. You're like, why are you doing that? We're a newly promoted team. What I mean, we set up in a cautious style, playing on the counter, knowing we're not trying to win every single game. You want to win games of football, but... or not trying to win, we're not expecting ourselves to be the dominant team. So we're setting up in that fashion. And when you do, you're probably not going to be in the top two. We're setting up to make sure we didn't have a terrible season and make sure we can pick up results. I'm doing much better than I expected. That's the thing. I thought, we still have a lot of the squad to improve and wanted to set up that way to make sure we have a safe season. I think we're pretty safe, that's for sure. But yeah, I think you generally get the idea. It's going to be tough as the season goes on to maintain this kind of position. But I think to at least be a mid-table position and attract more quality for next season, then push a promotion, I think that's a more realistic situation for us. Anyway, I'd love to see your thoughts. Get up in the comments. It's always nice to see your thoughts on the series. And of course, we're getting back to regular episodes. I'm back from my time away. And yeah, I've got my FIFA series going, this Football Manager one. So make sure you don't miss a thing. I've been streaming over on Twitch as well. I've got a series going over there with Hoffenheim, which I'm enjoying so far. So a lot of content coming. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. See you guys next time.